There we are. Okay. So, no script. Let's do
we
it.
have game audio?
Yes, we do have game audio. Wait, right, yeah, I should probably... You're so much smarter than I am.
No.
I-
No, no.
Anyway.
I'm
we're
just occasionally
professionals.
pretending to be less stupid on a certain subject.
We're professionals out here. Anyway.
You are, I guess.
Wow, not really. Anyway, I'm Beetle74. This is Olds in Power. And we're recording some commentary over the 2 players, 1 controller Hollow Knight run that we did a few weeks ago. I put up a version without commentary to my YouTube, but we're recording comms over it now. For funsies, mostly, and because we want to submit it to a marathon. So, I'm just going to start the video, and then we'll go from there, I guess.
Did you leave in the failed attempts?
No. This is
cool.
just the 1 attempt.
Cool.
720 is as best as we're going to get. What a shame. I keep forgetting to actually check whether all my videos render in HD, but it's fine.
720 is enough.
Yeah. So this run, we got a 56:11, which was ridiculous. Was a PB by like 40 minutes or something? A little less.
Yeah.
Which is big in a category this short. So this was the first time we got a run under an hour, which is pretty cool. And it was good. The main thing was that we just kind of didn't die.
Not intentionally.
Not unintentionally, but all the movement and stuff was still pretty scuffed, and there's a lot of room for improvement anyway.
This entire run is scuffed, but not dying really helps. I think the last run we died for like half an hour on Watchers.
Something like that. Yeah, that's the main part of our time save. This is us having different strats for the bench fly. Got a little confused.
Me having a weird strat for the bench fly.
It's nice that you you know how to do this right here, the hard fall cancel, because I'm super inconsistent at that. But you only need movement and jump to do that trick, and those are the buttons you have, so that works out.
Let us go over the buttons.
Yeah,
I have directional inputs and jump.
And then I have
Detail has absolutely everything else.
Well, you also have
I have
system
pulse.
menu. Yeah.
I have pulse.
I have items menu, and you have system menu. So like, I have to do all of the special actions, and then you have to actually put us in the right place for it. So that, for example, right there, I had to open the items menu to cancel the hard fall. That's me. And this jumping is you, and so on.
Most importantly, dashing, slashing is not on the same person as moving and jumping.
Yeah,
everything else is not a problem.
We did that on purpose because otherwise,
it's too easy.
I had jump initially. The first time we tried this, we played for like 5 minutes, where I had jump, and I think you had slash instead.
I don't remember.
But then having jump and dash on one person made it sort of easy and like less chaotic than we wanted it, so we ended up shifting that around. So now you have to jump, but I have to dash, so it got really messy. But that's good. That's what we're here for.
Fail this?
I think so. Yeah, I think we only hit one of them because you went too early. Yeah.
No, no, I didn't hit one of them.
You cut off the jump. It's unfortunate, but that's fine. Not an important strat. And they went in a nice position anyway, so kind of worked out in the end. Did we get this? No. We just stood still. We stood still, and we got hit by that worm. That made no sense.
No, I jumped back.
Oh
I tried turning around, I believe.
Okay.
Regardless, it's going to take a while before we not suck as much anymore.
Yeah, we needed.
I think this was the
bit.
4th run.
This was the 3rd run of the day. We got one that literally died to Hornet, and then one where we did the benching green path because we're stupid.
Yeah.
And then this one. But yeah, in any case, well, that one was on me. I should not have slashed there. In any case, in general, we're playing it really safe on this run because, you know, we want to not die because dying is very slow. And just kind of taking the time to heal when needed wouldn't usually be worth it in single player because you can go faster just by keeping on playing the game, but in 2v1c it's definitely for the best.
Yeah, in 1 player you're way better at killing stuff before it can murder you.
Exactly, but in 2 players it's just...
We don't have the required aim.
So we pretty much heal whenever we're low on health and we have soul to spare. usually at the end of rooms if we can help it, so that way we can stay on cycle when we enter the next room. But we forgot about that a few times this run as well. Did we do False Night correctly? Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe.
It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, False Night isn't that big of a deal.
It's False Night. Don't die to False Night.
Even in 2P1C, yeah, False Night's not that bad. So yeah, little exploit here as always, where you just break open the left wall when False Knight is done raging. Just leave, so we don't need to kill him. That's great.
Yeah.
In case you're not super familiar with Hollow Knight 90%, our main goal right now is just to go get the Fireball spell from up here in the Ancestral Mound, which we're then going to use to get another key item that leads to another key item, and then collect the 3 Dreamers pretty quickly after one another. It's kind of like a segmented run where like the first half is just collecting a whole bunch of items, and then the second half is collecting a whole bunch of Dreamers, and then that's already enough to finish the game in bad ending. So that's all we need to do at any percent. But there are also speedruns where you have to get the other endings, and so there's a little bit more involved. But
however, those are more annoying for one reason or the other.
Yeah, I am actually kind of interested to learn all skills. That run seems
all skills
cool.
is the one exception to all the runs being annoying. Yeah.
It's like any percent plus. You just get a couple extra things, and a few bosses look different. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, most of them look more dead.
Yeah, mostly that.
That's the general idea.
There's not a lot of people that run the other categories in this game. Some of them are just very long, right? 112 takes like 3 hours to do. TE is like 2.5. It's just kind of a shame, yeah. In any case, we did just get the Vengeful Spirit, the Fireball, so we're gonna use that on this mini boss, because otherwise we can't leave. We got the good Boulder Child strat. Look, oh, or was it the second one?
It was the second Boulder.
Never mind, it was the second one.
Actually, they have found a way to kill boulders without any charms, without any spells.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I hadn't known about that.
It's stats only.
Of course it is. Great. I think I went for this menu drop. I don't think I got it,
you do every single time.
Yeah, I didn't get it though.
We might have gotten one.
Maybe, yeah, but on an earlier run.
We definitely got the menu drop in like Dream Nail sequence.
Yeah, that was hype. But we'll get to that in like 20 minutes. Well, no.
Let us first just finish the easy part of the run.
Well,
I say easy, but we get to Green Path, which is movement-wise very annoying.
It's a pretty difficult section.
It's not that dangerous.
It's not dangerous, no, but it is punishing if you don't do it right. But like, luckily, again, in 2P1C, we're just gonna play it safe anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, there we go. That's so cool looking. I love that. Oh yeah, and then we got a suicidal Boulder Child. That's great. You could hear the little explosion when it hit the acid. Right, yeah, no, Green Path is a difficult section in that, like, it's got a few difficult things in it.
We won't be doing any of them.
But we won't be doing them, exactly. So there's 2 little skips in Green Path, Fireball skip.
How did? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know either. Where you use the Fireball to push yourself back in the air and, like, skip some sections. But then that hit? Okay, thanks, game. But we won't
Doesn't matter.
We won't be doing those because they're a little too difficult in 2P1C.
We'll instead be going for a Squib backup, and I think we failed Husk
But we
Logo.
failed it, yeah. Squid Skip also didn't go great, if I remember correctly.
I think it did.
I think we messed up a bit on this one.
I think you just hate my Squib Skip setup.
That's entirely possible. No, okay, you did my Squid Skip setup on accident,
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
fine. I can
Fair
accept
enough.
that.
Fair enough.
So yeah, what else is there to say about Green Path? I mean...
Oh, we got the thing.
Yay, we did it. It's just not a very difficult section if you don't go for the difficult shit. So it's not really that big of a deal in 2P1C, but the Hornet boss fight that comes afterwards really is. That thing is... Oh, yeah. Well, okay, we tried our best, but whatever.
Hornet is annoyingly difficult in 2P1C.
Hornet is very hard. You should probably lower your tone a bit, by the way.
There's absolutely no reason why Hornet should be this annoying.
No, it's funny where, like, you know, different things throughout the run will be different levels of difficult, and then when you're doing the run in 2P1C, all of those different things change difficulty, but it still really depends, like, to what extent they actually get harder. And so there's certain things like Queen's Gardens movement is just really difficult in general, but it doesn't get much harder when you're doing 2P1C.
Well, the Queen's Garden movement, once you learn it, is actually quite easy.
Sure, but it's...
But 2P1C makes it kind of difficult again.
Sure, but it's not that much compared to, like...
No.
That's my point, is like, Hornet is much worse in that regard. Oh, we got the fast thing. Oh.
Yeah, good.
GG. Did get kind of an unfortunate spread pattern on the Geo, but
yeah, fair enough.
I didn't need to go pick all that up at the top, but it's fine.
I think I did.
Right, yeah, you have the... you have movement.
You might have told me
got
to.
it all back. I might have. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but... No, so coming up...
we take damage. No, we don't take damage.
You did a smart. Right, yeah, you wanted to heal here. Makes sense. Oh, shit, I just dropped something. Whatever, it's fine. What was I saying? Right, Hornet was really difficult, and we, like I said before, we died to this boss on one of the earlier runs on this day. But this run,
she just kept jumping.
She just kept jumping. I went back and I checked afterwards. She did 5 empty hops in a row, starting in like a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And then she tried a 6th one and a 7.
Oh no! Wait, yeah. There was a 6. Never mind. I can't count.
7. Then
and then
I jump again. That's
died.
8. And now she's dead.
How did I miscount so badly? That's weird. But in any case, right? She did 1,000,000 empty hops in a row, and so that made this fight a lot easier. Because if she's not really doing any mix-ups or attacks, then it's just like, yeah, okay, we can just kill her.
It's just the moving training dummy.
So that was great, right? But normally Hornet is one of the more difficult sections in this run. And we definitely should practice it a bit more if
we should practice most of this
if
run.
We're gonna run this at a marathon. Yeah, I mean we should. That's true. So right here we save quit out after we get the dash ability. Doing that, we get back to Ancestral Mound really quickly. That way we can get to where we're trying to go a little bit faster. We're gonna do that again in a minute as well. So coming up, we have Fungal Wastes, where normally in any percent you would do a trick called Explosion Pogo to skip a few rooms and get to Mantis Village quicker.
What was that drop?
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking either. I'm gonna be honest. That was a bit... I noticed that at the time and I didn't comment on it, but it was interesting. But in any case, right, normally you would do Explosion Pogo to skip a section of Fungal Waste, but we're not going to do that because that trick is a bit too difficult in 2P1C. So instead, we're just going to go around the right side of this area. That only loses like half a minute, a bit more, but it's just a lot safer with 2P1C, and getting E-Pogo would be so unlikely that it's just not worth really going for. I think you forgot we weren't going for it, and you like tried to set it up. Or was that the run before? No, wait, we didn't get here. So.
We didn't get here.
So it must have been this one.
I probably realized a bit too late that they're indeed...
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Didn't get hit by the acid pock.
Yeah, this sucks.
I got hit by that acid in my... Oh yeah, I didn't know which mushrooms you wanted to use, so I just didn't pogo at the right time. It was such a mess.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I should
be
missing that ledge.
No, so this is the room right here where normally you do E-Pogo, but we're not going to do that. So instead, we're just going to exit out on the right.
We might try it once after a lot of practice, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah, like I would like to, especially if this gets into BSG, I would like to practice it with the two of us and then go for it once or twice during the marathon.
Because we don't have the health.
That's true, yeah. Go for it once, then during the marathon, so that we can.
Can you see we are never here?
Yeah, we're not used to the layout of this room because when we're doing runs, you know, by ourselves, we don't come here.
E-Pogo saves too much time to skip it.
Yeah, it really does. We only barely got that jump off. That was I forgot a dash there.
Good enough.
So now we're just gonna go through Mantis Village. This is very simple. We just kind of jump over these lads and and dash around. It's not that bad. We don't go for Mantis Pogo either.
We don't have two Mantises, that's the first problem.
Yeah. And single Mantis Pogo is really hard, so like, let's just not.
In general, Mantis Pogo is really hard.
That's true. But then we're also 2P1C, and also we only have one Mantis, and it's just like, let's not. So instead we go all the way back around to come up here. Wait, in a minute here we're going to start seeing like, well, no, it's actually going to take a little while, but There's going to be slight sort of strat differences, mostly in City of Tears, when we get there.
Yeah, I don't have strats. That's the main problem.
I mean, that's fair. But, like, there's things that we plan to head for with 2P1C. Most notably, we go out of our way to get a nail upgrade, but there's also some movement stuff that we're going to do differently than you might see it otherwise. But up until this point, the run is kind of mostly the same. We just go around Fungal Wastes the other side because we can't do Epogo, but other than that, it's pretty much the same.
The only thing we do is get an additional nail upgrade. Aside from that, we're just doing the any % route with a few hiccups.
I think City of Tears is pretty interesting in 2P1C, but we'll get there in like 6 minutes. For right now, we got the Mantis Claw from Mantis Village, so now we can wall jump, which is great. So that's another thing you have to do.
We don't fail in this room.
We don't fail in that room, which is great because that room usually doesn't go that well. And then yeah, we're just heading back through Forgotten Crossroads to get to the other side. To go get the Dream Nail now. Why am I so sniffly? Hang on. Give me a minute. I'll be right there.
Okay. We're moving on, buying a stack. That's the teleporter of this game. I think I remember getting very confused why we were buying it for some reason. And then, yeah. We will be using that later because we have to get back to this place and we will be resetting our spawn point. So we won't be able to use the inventory, the quitting trick. Moving on, we're going to kill Grossmother. It's just a big flying whatever it is that spawns too many children when she's dead. Oh, we almost died. I guess that happened.
There. I had to go clear my nose for a second. It's fine. Anyway. Yeah, Grossmother.
Yeah, Grossmother spawning children. We're going to fireball all of them, or...
Did we get this one? Almost.
We got
I went a little too late on that last
we
one.
Almost died.
Wow, that
again.
was... Okay, that was terrifying.
And now we're getting Shaman Stone. Our spells are nice and all, but giving them bigger hitbox and more damage is more nice. Yeah. So...
Doing this is going to make boss fights and stuff a lot easier, which is a big deal. We would get this even in normal 90% because it saves a lot of time. But in 2P1C, it's especially worth it.
It's always worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we get confused about whether we're going to equip the Shaman Stone or not.
Buying the charm doesn't do anything.
You have to equip it first. Yeah, and you can only do that at benches. This is the part of the run where we usually make jokes about how bad we are at the game. Because we just got hit twice and we're going to get hit twice more. And...
No, we're going to get hit thrice more.
Yeah, but to get hit twice more and then die is what I was going to say. Anyway, for some reason you forgot that we needed to die, so you went over there. Very interesting. So we're dying here to spawn in the shade, and then we're going to use the shade to do a little wall jump and then a pogo to get up to this high ledge in the top right.
I think it takes us 2 attempts today.
No, I think we just got it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Maybe they're...
I think that might have been last PB, yeah.
Yeah. That trick is deceptively easy
It's
once you get the hang of it.
very easy, yeah. Even in 2P1C, it's just kind of very forgiving. It's not that bad. And even if you fail it, it's very easy to retry. So it's not a big deal either. Most interesting room in the game right here.
Blue leg movement. It absolutely sucks, and it sucks even more 2P1C because you don't have the timing right.
It looks really boring, but it's actually like surprisingly difficult in this run in particular. This is a room where we have 2 very different strats, and we got very confused.
Okay, so the optimal strat in this room is to hit the lever from the underneath and then wall jump the upper middle platform. However, that's very difficult because if you miss the wall jump, then it's not any faster at all.
Yep.
The alternative strat is to just hit the lever in the correct position. We were confused.
Yeah. I always go for the safe strat there because it's just what I'm consistent at, but you tend to go for the difficult one, so we got a little mixed up there.
I mean, the time loss of failing the difficult one compared to doing the normal one is 0.
It really doesn't much matter. Anyway, I think we get this menu drop like we said before.
Yeah, we do.
Yay! So fast. How much does that save? Like 0.2 seconds?
0 point almost nothing.
It's so worthless.
Oh, I think I fall here anyways.
I think you do, yeah.
Okay, so this section kind of sucks because the platforms only come into vision like when you get close, and I overshoot a platform.
That was embarrassing. Holy shit.
So...
And this is where my computer lags out, because it can't handle reloading this area. But then when we reload it again, it fixes itself.
It at least gets a bit better. Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry
about that.
So we very intentionally do not dash here.
Yeah. I just put my hands away from the keyboard for this.
I don't even know the correct dash pattern. I think that's the main problem.
I don't necessarily either, but I do have a dash pattern that I use that still saves time. What I do is very simple. I always jump onto the first platform of every sequence, and then starting at that platform, I skip each second one by dashing over it. So that's the way that I do it, and that saves a little time already. I think we went for sear skip and didn't get it because neither of us really know how to do it, if I remember correctly. Yep.
Yeah, we make an attempt, but it's way too late. We got only one dash.
Only
one.
Boy. It's sad.
I think
did we get this menu? I don't think we did.
We didn't.
We really tried though.
We tried. Failed miserably. Unfortunate.
Anyway, so now we have the dream nail. Right, we're gonna need that to actually collect all the dreamers and beat the game at the end. So, well, not to beat the Hollow Knight, but we need the dreamers to get over there. So, ipso facto. That brings us to City of Tears. So here is where we're gonna do a bunch of cool stuff, in my opinion. We're gonna do a lot of pogoing off of background objects and then dashing again. And in 2P1C, this section's pretty fun. But, you fucking... What, mate? I just forgot that you needed to hit the elevator, apparently.
No, you hit the elevator, then you forgot that this elevator is kind of very mean.
Mm. Well, in any case, we're here in City of Tears for two reasons. One is one of the three dreamers is here, so we're going to be collecting that. And the other is that City of Tears has a lot of money in a lot of places, so we're going to be using this place as our main source of income for the rest of the run.
It also has the person that gives us money for money items that we found elsewhere.
I should have probably dashed there, huh?
You should have done something, I think.
Dashing, pogoing. What? Okay, that one was on you.
Yeah, I think we got down to like 1 HP here.
And then we sit on the bench before we have to go up. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, and then I think we fall into the spikes afterwards anyways and then sit on the bench again.
I think so, yeah. So we sit on the bench to heal up because we don't want to risk dying to the
If we die here, we go back to Crossmother.
Yeah, which would just be bad.
Oh, I suck at this for some reason.
You're not very good at this jump, it's true. But we got up there and it's fine. And I'm not going to dash here just to not throw you off.
I mean, I'm only holding right and down.
And then we do fall, yeah. So then we have to sit at the bench again. Great.
Time save.
Well, in any case, it's still better than the previous PB, because I'm pretty sure in the previous PB we actually
we died.
So
we died.
That works for me.
I think twice.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Anyway, main brunt of City of Tears is starting here, so we're gonna go into this house and we're gonna kill a bunch of dudes and steal their money. Generally,
mainly going to kill one dude.
Nice thing. Well, we're gonna kill 4 dudes.
Yeah,
but
going to kill this.
The main thing is Gorgie right here, because when Gorgie dies, he drops 420 Geo. Blaze it.
We're not doing the proper strat.
We're not doing the proper strat because
that requires timing.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna kill him normally, and then I think we take a heal. I mean, we at least should. Either we take a heal or we're stupid. But looks like we're stupid, which is really no surprise. Surely we take a heal here, right? Like surely we take a heal.
Yeah,
here.
I think we take a no, we don't.
Are we serious right now? Bro.
We take a room. We take a heal in the elevator.
Right. That does make some amount of sense actually.
I have no clue what our strat is here.
Just my strat. Except I pressed the wrong button. It's dash fireball.
Yeah.
Dash slash dash back. We don't heal in the elevator, by the way, and then we don't get wing skip. And then we go back down and we still don't heal in the elevator.
Man. We might heal in this elevator?
Copium?
Nope.
Well, I'm very surprised that we didn't die in this section.
We're still at 3 health.
Now we heal. Okay.
Oh boy.
Right, well, anyway.
Back to gameplay, I guess.
Yep. I'm not sure that counted as gameplay, no. In any case, this room
that definitely didn't count.
This room was not very good. This room is just a bit tricky. You know, if you mess it up and those guys start chasing you around too much, it can get really messy, but that still shouldn't have happened the way that it did. That was very embarrassing, but it's fine. This room is just difficult, and, you know, 2P1C makes that worse. So that's fair enough, I suppose.
I seriously hope we heal off of
We
this
do
one.
heal. We do heal
Okay.
here. I remember this. We heal here, and then we pogo that guy to death.
Do I think?
Or do we do one fireball, actually? We did do one fireball,
do
but
one
I messed it up, and then we got it. Wow. Whoa.
Oh yeah, we almost died to this as well.
To be
this
fair,
dude
this guy
absolutely
is difficult.
sucks.
This guy is very difficult in 2P1C.
Has a lot of health, a very big shield, and a very big nail. And, well,
And I really
hitbox,
messed up
I
on my
guess.
flashes. Like, that was all really awful by me. But that's alright. The main thing is also that, like, if you do get hit by his slashes, they actually do 2 damage, not just 1. So you gotta be really careful, or he can just kill you with burst really easily. But I think he should be dead pretty soon. Just like 2 more fireballs should do it.
nope.
Almost.
Me?
Really? Wow. Okay, he was a lot further away than I thought. Never
Yeah,
mind.
the dudes also have a lot of health.
Anyway, we killed that guy. A, to get a little extra money. And B, to
Oh,
hit that
yeah,
lever.
we almost died
We
here.
almost died here as well, yeah. I cannot believe we didn't die in the entirety of City of Tears. This is wild.
And then we did this crazy strat of getting the thing
Yeah.
stuck underneath the
that
thing.
was
Totally intentional.
Kind of cute, though.
Totally intentional.
Absolutely. Planned. We hit that lever to make it possible to retry Watcher Knights a little bit faster, and then we don't die to Watcher Knights, so technically that's time loss.
Yeah, we're also going to do it anyways.
Yep. We're gonna keep doing it forever.
Oh,
'cause-
actually, no, it's time save because we are warping back to that bench.
You're right, yeah. We were actually warping back there, you're right. Shit.
This is a 2P1C run, so we're getting a nail upgrade because
Yeah.
otherwise the Watchers will take forever to go down, and
And that would be bad.
then we would not
It
take forever.
also
to go
helps a
down.
lot on the other boss fights.
Yeah, it does help a bit on Umu and THK, but it's mostly for Watchers.
But either way, that means we have to go all the way out west in the city. And so after that, it's faster to just save warp back to that bench where we just were, where that big guy was near the Watcher Knights. So at that point, I guess opening up that door is just faster either way. So that's good, actually. We can just keep doing that. Even if we get first try Watchers, it'll still be faster, which is good.
We'll
that
just
makes me
generally
feel
keep
better.
doing that.
Also because we're not gonna very often get first time watchers, I don't think. That was very.
Well,
I mean, like with enough practice for sure, but like.
Oh yeah, we almost died
we
here
almost died
as
here
well.
as well. This City of Tears was just not exactly the best part of this.
Can you
run.
tell we're professionals?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Absolutely professionals. Do not try at home.
we do actually.
Yeah, we're literally sitting in my bedroom right now, but that's not the point.
Do actually. It's kind of very fun to do. Do make sure that both you and your partner know how to play the game.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us does.
Oi, oi, oi. We're both pretty good at this game.
And now we forget that the fastest
Yeah,
thing
we
is in
we
fact.
forget that we save warp, and then we get hit again. It's
If
just-
we had died here, that would have
That
been
would have
a
been
lot
so
of time lost
funny.
because we'd have to get our shade back.
It would have been so funny though. But yeah. In any case, you know, like we said, save warping here to get back to that bench near the Watcher
We have
Knights.
white background.
Yeah, had that one on for you now. And then we're gonna actually go fight the Watcher Knights, which is one of the hardest things in this run, at all times, just in a normal run as well. It's one of the hardest things in the entire game. A lot of people get stuck on it casually. A lot of speedrunners get stuck when they're first learning the category. It's just,
Even after first learning the category.
yeah, true. It's just rough. I don't knock the elevator back down here because I say, hey, I believe we can do it first try, and then we actually get it, which is great. You wanted to hit the elevator, or I wanted to hit the elevator, and you didn't.
Regardless, we'll be killing off one of the Watcher Knights instantaneously because fighting fewer bosses is always a good thing.
Yep. There's 6 of them, but if you use the chandelier, then you only need to fight 5, so that makes this boss fight a lot easier.
The main problem is there's always 2 of them. Except for the first one, because it's the first one. But afterwards, there's always 2 of them. And that means that there's 2 annoying roly-poly whatevers that roll at you, and slash at you, and jump at you, and are just generally dickheads.
And it can get really out of hand sometimes, but like, we have a pretty good strat here where like, we just always pogo as long as we can until they do an attack that forces us to stop doing it. and then we use fireballs to get damage in, ideally hitting 2 of them at the same time, if possible. And we also try to keep our health up whenever possible, so we're going to do a lot of just very safe plays, a lot of disengaging away when we have soul, stuff like this, right, to just keep away and see what they're doing before going back. And then we're going to try to take every opportunity we can to heal, like right here, where we end up getting hit anyway. Got some bad RNG. When one knight jumps at you and the other rolls at you at the same time, it's very difficult to avoid. We tend to call that the pincer maneuver, or getting pincered. But, you know, there's only 3 of them left now. We can get a bunch of heals here, and we're pretty safe. If I remember correctly, we ended this boss fight with 1 mask.
Yes, because I think we entered the final Watcher with like 4, and we're then like,
and
please
then really
die.
Messed up, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That was bad by me trying to heal there. It was not the right timing. Ended up just kind of going neutral on it.
What you would see single players do is actually have a specific way of punishing slash attacks.
Yep.
But that's way too complicated for us.
It would be
way too
prone
prone
to
getting hit.
So instead, like I said, we're just gonna pogo on them.
It's way more consistent. It's way easier.
Way safer.
And it's a lot safer.
Because like their slash attack can't really hit you if you're pogoing on them. So all you have to do at that point is just recognize when they're about to jump, and then get away from them when they do that. And that's easy enough. That was a good pogo by me, but then we just got hit anyway. Bit of a shame. Okay, there's only 1 left. Now we heal 2.
We were very, very surprised that happened.
Oh wait, that was the last one. Never mind, I'm stupid.
The 1 HP there on the final Watcher was
yeah. We were both just like sweating, dude. It was interesting. Gonna climb up this elevator spire because it's faster than taking the elevator.
If you do it properly.
Yeah. I think we might just barely be fast enough, but I'm not sure. It's not great movement, but it's okay. And
no, this is definitely faster.
The elevator is really very slow.
Do we drop here?
I think we might. Or was that for Hera?
Well, it's not Lurian, I guess.
It's not Lurian anyway.
Okay, so we're going to move on to getting some more money, and then we're...
I
Greendale?
I hit the wrong button.
Okay, and then we're going to get our final piece of movement that we need, Crystal Heart. We're going to have to go to Crystal Peaks, do some fancy movement, and then we collect the final collectibles and beat the final boss.
Yep. No, so to do that, that's what we're going to need all that money for. Getting into Crystal Peak, the fastest way is going to be getting the lantern so that we can open up the toll station that would otherwise be uninteractable. And the toll station itself only costs 50 geo, but the lantern costs 1800. So that's what we need all this geo for.
The alternative would be getting dive, but
yeah,
I don't see us doing Soul Sanctum anytime soon,
no.
and it's a lot slower.
And it would be a lot slower, exactly. I messed up a bit on the elevator strat here. What you'd like to do is get down a little, then send the elevator back up, and then do a menu drop. But it's just like, yeah, that took a little too much coordination. We didn't get it. Did get that strat, so that's nice.
I don't know what strat this is.
Just the pogo.
But
I suck at that pogo.
Yeah, so do I.
But we got it. Look at us. Greater than the sum of our parts. And then we missed that menu drop as well.
We did get a run that is less than the sum of our individual
Well, yeah,
plays.
but like, I sure fucking hope so. In before 80-minute Hollow Knight run. Actually, I guess that is what we had before. Never mind.
Yes.
That is pretty much just what we had before. In any case, we picked up a bunch of extra money from that treasure chest just there, and we also picked up another relic from up on that ledge. We're gonna sell all of the relics that we've collected to this guy Lem down here. But unfortunately, he's out on a walk, so we have to go fetch him first.
Yeah.
Did we get this hop?
I
don't remember. The gamer frame.
I have no clue.
We get some extra geo here that you wouldn't normally get in an 90% run. This is safety geo because we bought that nail upgrade. We need a little bit more. So
yeah,
that's
our money route doesn't take into account the nail upgrade.
No, well, it sort of does, because like getting this and then getting all of the geo from like enemies that have relevant amounts of geo drops is enough for the nail upgrade. So like in that sense, we do have a route.
Yeah, we did have to do deep nest backup.
It's any percent route plus deep nest backup plus this plus get the money from all of the like.
We really don't
Husk
want to talk to
soldiers
them
and stuff.
today.
We really don't. No, that was my mashing was a bit.
To be fair, Lem is also just a very annoying character.
That's true, but he's cute. He's got a funny beard. Helmadalka. Anyway, so now we have a shit ton of money. We're going to use that to get into Crystal Peak. But to do that, we first need to go to Dirtmouth, which means we're going to go take Stag Station to get there. Like Olsen explained before, Stag Stations are essentially just war points. And so we're going to go unlock the City of Tears King's Station to get to the Dirtmouth Stag Station. To get there nice and fast.
And then get to the Crossroads Station
We
that
tried,
we opened up earlier.
we tried King Station jump, but we didn't get a... It's a really difficult jump. In 2P1C, it's like, I would never expect to get it, but that wasn't
we didn't even
close.
get the cling.
That wasn't even close, yeah.
So what you could do is time your dash perfectly, then time your jump perfectly out of your dash. And if you're in midair enough and far enough, you can then time your wall jump perfectly. And if you do all of that, then you can wall jump up, and it's slightly faster.
Did get the toll skip. Good job on that. I mean, that's just you. I don't have any effect on it. Well, I can fuck it up if I want to, but I don't want to do that. That would be
What, you don't?
No, of course not. I would never sabotage us. I love that you went for that jump, even though you never get it.
I get it like 30% of the time.
My guy.
Yes, that's the equivalent of never. Can we please sit on the bench?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was interesting.
Anyhow, we saved Sly earlier. He was doing something in a hut
getting
somewhere.
infected in a hut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we saved him from the infection earlier.
And
now
as a thank, he's taking all of our money to sell as a lantern.
Yep. Which is very helpful, to be fair. It makes us go very fast. The lantern's also going to be useful a bit later, besides just getting into CP.
Oh boy, Deep Nest Dark.
Deep Nest would normally be a dark area where you couldn't really see, unless you have the lantern. So the fact that we get the lantern in 90% also makes Deep Nest a little bit easier.
This room sucks.
This room sucks.
There's no questioning, this room sucks.
We do a very particular strat here, and when we don't get it, we just reset the room to go for it again. Then we messed it up anyway, but it's fine.
Then
we did not do great on this, but it's honestly fine.
Those Furious Vengeflies, as they're called, are too fast, too big, and generally too annoying.
Yeah. And they make this horrible noise, too. In any case, that was the toll machine. That's what we really needed the lantern for. And that gets us into CP. So we're going to farm a little bit of soul here. We can actually farm less soul off these enemies than you normally could, because our nail does more damage.
Yeah, we hit them like 80% harder than we're intended to.
Well, not than we're intended to.
I mean, we're intended to hit them even harder, but
then
like,
we would
we're doing a
80%,
speedrun.
Exactly. Harder than we would normally. So, like, in that regard, we can't farm as much soul, but it's still enough because there's enough enemies around to where we can just keep our health up and also still do all
When
the
did I
like,
learn
fireball
those
scratch
ultras?
and stuff. Yeah, you don't... I'm not sure either. We almost fell there. That would have been bad.
How about we don't do that again?
How about we don't, yeah. We should just always jump dash there.
Yeah. I mean, we jump dashed.
Yeah, we did, but like obviously I reacted to your jump. That's not what I should be doing. So I'll try to remember that.
I have no clue what happened there.
Yeah, me neither.
But
we
it
got up
relatively
here.
safe.
It ended up fine. It's okay. We did make good cycle there, so that's nice. I tried to go do the pickaxe strat, but you said no.
I do not know the pickaxe strat, so we're not doing the pickaxe strat.
That's fair. Oh damn, we got elbowed.
That's fine.
It mostly is, yeah, but like, you know, C-Peak is just annoying. It's one of those areas where everything is on cycles, so making any kind of small mistake can kind of mess up the rest of the room.
And then you have to improvise, and
Which
improvise with
is
2 brains is...
not great. Although we are pretty well in sync, which is good,
Yeah, fair.
but still, it's not what you want to be, so. We do a lot of safety strats and stuff here. Oops, sorry. Alright, so this is the...
heal? I really, yeah.
We should have healed before, right? This is where we forgot, and like C-Peak is unfortunately the worst area to forget that in.
To be fair,
This cycle only
this
starts when
cycle
you get
only
up.
starts
I know.
right about here.
I know, but still, we should remember that for like...
And
pretty
then
much
we
every
mess up the cycle anyways by taking a
Yeah.
bit more.
we also shouldn't. And then I was really stupid. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
That was a thing.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. It's yeah, this room didn't go great, but the fact that we got through Sea Peak without dying honestly makes me pretty happy, because when I first learned this run, like up until I got like a sub 50, dying in Sea Peak was a legitimate issue that I had pretty often. So I'm glad that that didn't happen, just because like
There we get the speed conveyor.
yeah, nice. I'm still not very. I've been trying it now since you showed it to me, but it's not. I keep grabbing onto like the middle part of it, and then sort of it's not really just worth it. And it's not great. Anyway, that gets us Crystal Heart, which you talked about before. This is the last movement ability we need.
Oh, why we need it is because there's a stupid pool of acid, and we don't like acid. We die in acid until we pick up another movement ability. But getting that movement ability is slow, so instead we're just going to fly over all the acid.
Yeah, we're going to do 2 little sequence breaks called Crossroads Acid Skip and Queen's Gardens Acid Skip, which are essentially the same thing.
Oh yeah, we messed up Crossroads Acid Skip.
We did,
so bad.
To be fair, like, that one's weirdly difficult in 2P1C. I don't know, I struggle with it. But in any case, we're just gonna use this Crystal Dash ability that we now have, where we go zooming off.
Oh, and here you proclaimed that we wouldn't get hit as much if we took the middle.
To be fair, this is
Yoink.
really bad RNG.
Yoink.
This is really bad RNG. Normally, middle is more or less safe.
That room also sucks.
That room
because
does
it's
suck.
totally RNG.
Yep. In any case, so this ability that we now have, right, this flying off, we're gonna use that to, like Elsa said, fly over these pools of acid and get to where we're trying to go without needing to go the long way. First, we're gonna farm some soul off of this guy, and I'm gonna forget that she spawns babies, and then we're gonna get hit because I didn't slash them.
No, you started to heal.
I started to heal because
And
I'm
now we have
very intelligent.
2 little...
Yeah, now we're just not on great soul breakpoints, but whatever.
That also almost went wrong.
Yeah, that was not great either.
We do get it without dying. But...
Yeah, but it still wasn't great. We did die here on the last PB, I think, so...
I think we died
This is
almost
improvement.
everywhere on the last PB.
Jeez, 3 tries. I shouldn't have said that. It's gonna be 4, isn't it?
No, I don't think it is.
Yay, 3 tries. Okay, great. So, later we have to do another skip pretty much exactly like that, except much harder. So, stay tuned for that.
It won't go absolutely terribly
It
this
will
run.
not. It actually went better than this one.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure it was second try.
Oh. Yeah,
But
maybe.
in any case, first we have to get
This
another
room
figure.
is just dropping down, trying to avoid the jellyfish.
I don't have to do anything in that room. It's great. I can just take a drink. I can just relax. Speaking of which, I should probably have some water.
Okay, we're now arriving at Teacher's Archives, where we need to kill a giant jellyfish, and then leave again. Unfortunately, the giant
You have
jellyfish...
to get a dreamer as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Unfortunately, the giant jellyfish tries to murder us, and...
She's awfully good at it.
Yes, basically.
We don't die on this run, though. Again, we didn't die a single time during
In
this run.
theory,
It's great.
she's a really easy boss, because all of her attacks are fairly easy to dodge.
Yeah.
In practice, she sucks.
Yeah, it's just... The attacks themselves aren't necessarily the problem. It's just Umu's movement being a little bit wobbly in how you manipulate it, and just the RNG involved with how many attacks she does every cycle and all that stuff. It can get really out of hand. And in 2P1C, we need to sort of come up with a more of an Umu strat, maybe. But like, the way that we do it now is just you do your strat, and then I just try to fireball at the appropriate times. And that's been working pretty well for us.
I don't have a strat.
Well, yeah,
Yet
but, like,
again.
you do what you would do normally. Is what
Yeah,
I'm trying
which
to
is
say.
just avoid the stuff and then try to think.
Yeah.
And for most of this fight, that's going to go reasonably well. Unfortunately, the longer this fight drags on, the more of a chance that you get, well, just very annoyed by RNG. Because she has 2 attacks, the following lasers.
Like this one.
It's not difficult, but it's very easy to make a mistake. And there's the other attack, which is where she just spawns a whole bunch of lightning orbs all throughout the screen, and it might be very annoying to dodge depending on how she feels.
Yep, that's just more RNG again.
And sometimes she just feels like being annoying.
Umu is
Like
often
that.
described by some Hollow Knight runners as the Phantoon of this game, because a lot of Hollow Knight runners are super high runners. And Phantoon, in case you're not aware, is like notoriously RNG heavy. It's like the example of an RNG velocity speedrunning that people ever bring up. And Umu is the same thing for Hollow Knight. It's just depending on how Umu feels on a given day, everything gets really fucked up, and it's just not great.
Yeah. Normally she does have 2 or 3 attacks before stopping.
Nice jump into the acid.
Yeah, I couldn't go anywhere.
We just
couldn't
heal
go
here.
anywhere.
We just cop not dealing damage to her this cycle. It's good. Play it safe. Again, we're doing a lot of that sort of thing this run, where we just play it as safe as possible, because just not dying is more time saved than anything else ever could.
And there she just stomped on us by
Yeah.
placing a lot of electricity
That was hard to
where
tell.
we were.
I think the only safe area we had was to do like repeated wall jumps on the side of that platform, but that's really tight. That's really difficult to do properly.
Okay, we do get a heal here, which is important.
Very. 2 health versus 1 health makes a big difference against Mew Mew. Because she doesn't really ever combo you the way that like some other enemies sometimes will, where they like knock you into acid or into spikes, or they have more damaging
Oh,
attacks.
dead.
Yeah. I mean, she was very close at that point.
Yeah, fair. I don't know her health. I do know her health actually. She has 300, but I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, fair. I think we fall here.
No, we don't.
Almost.
We almost do.
We bumped our head. That was not good. Do you think there's a figure glowing in the tank? Oh, look, there's a figure glowing in the tank.
Yeah.
I can't read Mandarin Chinese, but I do know what the text box says, because I ran this in English for a long time.
Oh, we're running in Mandarin because it's faster.
Yeah, it's
Obviously.
faster text. It's got instant text scrolling, and it's a more compact language in terms of total number of symbols than most of the Western languages, so Mandarin is the fastest one we have.
In general, whenever something really funky is happening, it's usually because it's faster or
Yeah.
because we suck.
Or because we suck, it's true. Or because, like, in 2v1c especially, because it's safer than whatever is fast.
Yeah, but those threats are usually more intended than what speedrunners do.
So anyway, that's our second dreamer, Monomo the teacher. We only need 1 more now, and then we can go beat the final boss and finish the game. Unfortunately, this last one is really far away, so we're still a decent ways away from finishing the game.
Yeah. So we're now moving on to the hardest single trick in the game.
Yep. Well,
Which-
in the run.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Like,
In the run,
there's
there's a
harder
lot of
things.
harder stuff, but
Yeah. QJ is definitely up there, but like, it's not. It's not
compared
nearly
compared
the
to
worst.
stuff like Stall Ball, which
Exactly.
is current,
It's not nearly the worst.
yeah. Regardless, it's still very bad.
It's the worst thing in this run, and it's still really hard.
And it should allow us passage into Queen's Gardens,
Hence the
which
name.
is just platforming and spikes, and more platforming and more spikes,
And more mantises.
and more mantises. But now mantises with projectiles, because why would you not give them projectiles?
So we're gonna take this bench here just in case we die to Queen's Garden's acid skip, because every time you fail it, you do take damage. So this way, it's a little bit safer.
And then after Queen's Gardens, we're going to move on to Deep Nest, which is more platforming, more spikes, and spiders.
More spiders. In any case, first things first, we're gonna grind up some
First
soul.
things first, we
We have to talk.
deliberate about how much
we-
soul we're going to get.
We debate a little bit, but then we get full up on soul, so we have as much health as possible before going into Queen's Garden's acid skip. Because
So the
this
basic
skip
idea
hard.
is we want to go to the other side of this pool of acid.
like I said, it's the same as before, right? We try to cling onto the wall and then crystal dash to the other side. It was not second try. I was wrong.
It's fourth by now.
Let's see.
It's fifth.
It's fifth try. Pause jump. It's
Sixth.
sixth try. Pause jump. Oh my god. Is it actually?
Wait, what?
Wow. Oh my god. With 1 mask left. I forgot about
Okay,
this.
so we're not out of the woods yet because the wall jump at the end is also like
Difficult.
very
But
difficult.
you did get it.
If
8
you
try,
are too low
and-
into the acid, you have 0 frames to make the wall jump.
Yep.
And yes, 0 frames means impossible.
Yep. And so, like, depending on how low you are on the wall on the right side, it's gonna get tighter and tighter And
We
so,
very much did not want to die here.
right
That's
there.
why we are taking
it was honestly fairly tight. Like that could have been better, but we're taking it really safe here because dying here would mean that we have to do QGA again, and that would be devastating, right? So we're really taking all the time in the world to just heal up and take it easy. I believe we're gonna kill this guy, and then we're gonna crystal dash from that platform again. Yeah, that's the.
We might no. We move on because we need more soul.
You go back, I think. Or did we kill this guy first?
We killed this guy first because we want soul.
Right. We should definitely look at this section.
We should like be better at QGA probably.
That too, but we should also look at this section. Because just like any sort of a strat with a clear plan is better than a bad strat with no plan, or like a good strat.
I mean, the good strat is just crystal dashing over, but we needed all of the health.
We need the health. So anyway, the reason we want to farm all that health is because we have Mantis Arena coming up, and that room is just really.
I think
tough.
we're deliberating our Mantis Arena
this
threat.
is us.
Yes.
This is us talking about how we're gonna do Mantis Arena.
The basic idea is a Mantis spawns. We're going to pogo it to death. Then 2 more Mantises spawn, and we try to fireball them. We're going to just take this damage because we have 5 health, and we'd rather just get the thing dead.
That was a lot of damage.
They die to 2 fireballs and nail hits, so we made sure that
that
they
was
were
a faster
dead.
Mantis Arena than I have in my PB.
We are going to pick up another bench here.
Yep. Just for safety. Because again, if we die now, we have to go back to
somewhat
QGA.
unlikely that we die here, but because we have to go all the way back through QGA, it's definitely worth the extra time loss.
Exactly. At some point, we're probably going to stop getting this bench, but like that's a decent ways away. We would need to get a lot more consistent.
And also, we're
Queen's
not
Gardens.
going to skip this one on the marathon.
Not on the marathon, no. But like, you know.
If we ever want to get an actually good run. Okay, so this jump is surprisingly difficult if you have 2 players.
You have to communicate a lot about this one.
Because it's a combination of jumping, dashing, and crystal dashing, and
you have jump, but I have those other 2 buttons, so we have to be very clear.
If you fail, then you take a face full of thorns in this case, and
that's
thorns
slow.
do in fact deal damage.
Yep. You might not expect this, but the spiky thing does hurt. So anyway, here's Wonderwall, but here's Queen's Gardens. This is the really sort of sucky section of Queen's Gardens where there's all these platforms that drop when you stand on them, and there's a lot of flying enemies around, and it's just awful. This room really sucks. I think we did a decent job at it. I don't think we get hit again from here, if I remember correctly.
No, I don't think we do. The nice thing is that if you respawn, you get a tiny bit of iframes, and that's usually enough to just dash through all of your enemies and ignore them, because their projectiles are very unlikely to hit you if you're fast.
Yeah, if you're just moving, like, they don't have great aim, so as long as you keep moving, it's fine. The problem is, like, in rooms like that, sometimes you have to sort of wait a second.
I think we take a face full of thorns here.
It's possible. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
we take a face full of thorns.
Well, we did have some soul, so that's mostly okay. We're gonna try to keep our health and soul up going into Deep Nest here, because
Deep Nest also sucks.
Deep Nest also sucks, and we need a lot of soul at the end of it, in the Beast Den area. We really want all the soul we can get.
That was yet another strat difference, where I have no clue what I'm doing, and you are doing a proper strat.
Yeah, I always just pogo dash in this section.
Whereas I jump dash, which is slower.
Well, not even really so much. It's slower by the amount of time that it takes you to drift to the right after you clear the ledge.
Which is like usually non-zero.
It's like 0.1 of a second. It's really not a big deal.
Yes, but it feels slow.
Fair. It is a little slower, technically. But
I have no clue what happens here.
Yeah, me neither. I don't really remember. Usually this section doesn't go great because it's difficult. I want to farm this guy, but I don't think you were feeling it, and then we just got really confused, and now we're
all the way back
to
the beginning of the room, and now there's a random spider in the way.
Yep. And we get hit again.
I disagree with that hitbox.
Yeah, me too. I think we said so at the time, too.
I have no clue. But we do have full health.
We do have full health, but we don't have any soul, so that's kind of a shame, but it's fine.
Coming up will be Beastden, which is an even more crowded, even more spider-infested area than anything else you've seen. And it, most importantly, has a few stalking devots.
Yeah.
Big, just very big, tanky dudes with a shield for a face.
Well, it's a mask, right? They have an actual face behind there.
Yeah.
Look at all these chaps.
Problem is, we kind of have to
dapper.
We kind of have to harm them through their face, and the moment that they,
Their vulnerability period is
Yeah.
not very long. So what you're gonna see good runners do, and what we would do normally is face tank into them because their attacks deal 2
we
damage.
might even do it
But their
once or
body only
twice.
does 1? I'm not sure, I don't remember. But either way, right, so their body does less damage than their attacks themselves. So if you dash into them before their attack starts, you can get some iframes to go through the attack with, and then that way you have a little more time to just deal damage to them. That was unfortunate. I should have dashed there. Oh, dear. Well, that was,
I think we deliberated dying here to refill
Yeah.
all of our health.
but I don't think we ended up doing it, no.
No, we didn't die. Weirdly enough.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it would have been faster, honestly. It might have been. But at the same time, like, I don't think it would be necessarily because we have the upgraded nail. I think that makes enough of a difference.
Oh wait, yeah, we do. We deal 80% more damage than we usually do.
So, like, I think that makes enough of a difference to where this is faster, just not by much.
Normally, your main source of damage against the Vouts is fireballs, because fireballs deal 20 damage, which is 5 times as much as the nail. But now that our nail is a lot stronger, it actually somewhat starts competing with the fireballs.
That's a good point as well, actually. We should definitely put some practice into actually doing double nail hits per cycle on these guys. Because with the upgraded nail, that makes a really big difference. And, like, that's a strat that's easy enough where if we put enough practice into it, we could totally do it in 2P1C.
Yeah.
So we should actually put some practice into that. That would save a lot of time in this.
Even just getting single nail hit would already save a lot of time.
I mean, we
Double
get
would
single
save
nail
even
hits. That we were already doing single nail hits, but that's
more.
the
Oh,
point, right?
oh,
I mean,
sorry,
double per cycle.
I thought you were talking about face tanking.
No, I mean just double nail hits and then dashing back.
There.
That strat's not too difficult. Nice. That was smooth.
Or
job.
lucky.
Well, you know, same thing. It's better to be lucky than good. Anyway, so we have a lot of health here, so we're
I'd rather
probably
be
gonna
good
face
because
tank.
that's more consistent.
Probably gonna face tank. No, we're just gonna be chickens. I guess we're just gonna be chickens. All right.
We tried to get the thing stuck over the
but it
over
didn't
the edge,
work
but
out.
it didn't work.
Yeah, didn't work. That would take a little too much coordination of our two button sets, I think. We
Yeah,
really just played it hella safe on this one, jeez. So we need 250 more geo to get out of Deep Nest as fast as possible. And we only have 170. So like we said before, we're going to go for Deep Nest money backup to get the remaining 80. On a regular run, like, we wouldn't nearly need this. We would have way too much money right now. But because we also already spent 250 on the nail upgrade, we need a bit more. But luckily there's a lot of money lying around in Beastden that won't take too long to grab. So it's easy enough. I think we do get a bit confused about where it is.
I don't know. I never do it.
Yeah.
I have barely ever needed to take these.
I've gotten Deep Nest money back up a lot back when I was at like the 47 range. I used to have to get this a lot because I didn't know that there was so much at Watchers, and so like I would never look at how much I got from Watchers, and sometimes I would only get like 300 there.
Oh yeah, Watchers have 655.
Yeah. So you know.
Yeah.
So there's 2 boxes here, and then there's another box, another 2 boxes further down on the left. We're just gonna get all of that, and that'll be more than enough. This is fine.
We take this route.
Yeah, I'm not sure which is faster, honestly. I think that might have been good. I don't know. Either way, we have enough money now.
So we did not get confused.
Oh, I guess not. We just got confused about which route to take to get from right to left, I guess. Anyway, yeah,
On
now
to the
we
final
just
boss.
yeah, we just open up this stag station. We take that stag station back to Dirtmouth again because that's the closest to where the final boss is. And then
we just
kill
have
him.
to kill the final boss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did not get toll skip here for one reason or the other.
It was weird. It looked like it should have worked. Hang on, let me go back to that a second. Oh no, you stepped forward a little. You saw that?
Wait, what?
You did actually step forward just a little bit. Look.
Oh yeah,
Just the tiniest little step. And so that makes toe skip not work anymore. So that's a bit of a shame, but that's alright. Anyway, yeah, final boss time. I'm very surprised we didn't die to that as well. Just
Next
like
to
everything
Watchers,
else.
final boss is also more difficult.
CHK is a lot more difficult in 2v1C than he normally is.
Though, to be fair, we are also playing a lot safer than we normally would.
Yeah, we do take it safe, and like, the Hollow Knight is one of those bosses where like, if you do play it safe, it's not nearly as bad as if you're trying to go as fast as possible. And the other thing is, again, just like with Watcher Knights and also everything else, we have a nail upgrade. So,
yeah,
that's going to make this boss fight
I would have liked a nail upgrade for Hornet.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. Is that even possible?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Oh, we get this.
Well, we do go for this glitch. It's funny.
Yes, you would use your fireball to go from canyon into city, and then you would need to have your city crest.
Right. Okay. Well, in any case,
that's never going to happen because
no.
that's a hell of a difficult fireball skip.
We are gonna go and beat the final boss. We sat on this bench for no reason at all. That literally did nothing.
No, as soon as you enter the final boss room, your spawn already gets put to the bench.
Yep. And we were full on health, so we did not need that. Anyway, here's our big sibling.
All chained up, so we're doing the nice thing of releasing.
Yeah, we're gonna free you. Look at how nice we are.
Yeah.
Stab, stabby stab.
And as a thanks, he grabs a sword and murders us.
Wow.
Makes him tempted.
He's gonna try, but he's not gonna succeed for once, which is great. Deathless run, baby. Anyway, so the first thing that happens is we get hit. That was amazing. Very first attack they throw out, we immediately get hit by it. That's
Apparently
awesome.
they can do one of 4 things.
Yeah, they can dash.
They can dash. They can counter. They can slash, and they can empty jump.
They can empty hop, and also empty back hop. But you know, same thing.
It's just an empty hop. Oh, and they can teleport, I guess.
Right. Yeah. But then they just follow it up with one of the other moves. So again, same as with Watchers, like we said, we're just going to be playing it safe. That makes this boss fight a hell of a lot slower, because normally you'd really be like staying on top of them and getting nail hit after nail hit and grinding soul and then dashing directly face first into him and then hitting him with fireballs so that he takes a lot of damage. But we're not going to do that, at least not as much. Instead, we're just going to try to keep our health up. We're going to take every opportunity we can find to heal, and in the meantime, we're going to spend our soul on hitting with fireballs.
Normally, taking every opportunity you have to heal really kills all of your damage because your main damage is fireballs, but our nail is almost twice as strong, so our nail actually deals non-negligible damage.
Yep.
We also really like this pillar attack because it's very easily punishable.
The pillar attack is great. It looks very scary, especially because the pillars actually do 2 massive damage, not just 1.
But their hitboxes are really small.
But the box is so small, it's so easy to dodge.
We also
It's
kind
just
of
not a
like
problem.
that attack because if we're
Spitting's great.
close to him, we can jump over him, and well, if you're on his wrong side, then he cannot hit you.
The spitting attack is wonderful, for sure. No, but really this boss fight isn't too bad if you just take it very slow. Nice double. But taking it slow is slow, so you don't want to do that most of the time. But with 2P1C, especially because we're still sort of developing this, we're still learning about this, it's definitely the best play to just take it really easy on this boss fight. This attack is also great. We get a lot of opportunities to hit him with fireballs here. I messed it up, but we did get the opportunity.
Yeah, we should practice punishing that specific attack.
Yeah, probably should. Good point.
Ooh.
That was very close. Weird. Whoa. I should have probably dashed there.
I think we get an explosion to finish it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the final attack. We also really love to see this because there's a safe spot about right where we are. Projectiles are just less likely to land there, and we can keep up the pressure and keep hitting the Hollow Knight.
There are like a couple different patterns to explosion, and one specific one, which we call close explosion, actually does put a consistent projectile very regularly in what would be the safe spot in the other patterns. So usually before you go in on explosion, you have a quick look at where all the projectiles are flying.
No, you don't.
Sure.
You
I
just-
do.
I know.
What I do is I jump up and I fireball him from a distance, and then while that's resolving, I check which pattern it is.
I just keep up the aggression.
That's the way that I like to do it, when I can, anyway. But either way, he's dead now, so all we have to do is eat this gas, and then the game will be over, and I'm getting, like... My heart rate is going up from remembering how fast my heart rate was at the time. Because we got sub-hour with this, 56:11.
That's not just sub-hour, by the way. That's actually less than... it's 3 minutes and a bit sub-hour. Which,
Yeah,
in the
but
category
it's not RTA sub-hour, but it is in-game time sub-hour, which is the thing to care about, because loading times in Hollow Knight are really inconsistent. So in-game time is
we
what
have
matters.
abused entering rooms and exiting rooms.
Yeah. But either way, right, like, this run was insane. Like we said at the start, we PB'd by almost 40 minutes. I think our former PB was at 134, yeah. Jinx. So this was a PB by like 38 minutes or something, which is obviously insane in a category this short.
Our first completed run
was a 220.
We were surprised we completed was about a 220.
Yeah. And we were very surprised because that run, we spent like an hour at Watchers and it was just awful. But then we brought that down to like a 150 or a 140 and then to a 134 and then now this, which is like, wow. You know, like we didn't die at all and the run was just fine overall in terms of movement. Pretty mediocre if you look at it from regular standards, but for a 2P1C, this was really, really good. So I don't think we're likely to get another one quite like this soon.
Not anytime soon, no.
But like, with enough practice, we can definitely get this consistent, I think. Because this run, again, the movement was kind of mediocre, honestly. So
the movement was relatively
if we spent
crappy,
more
yeah.
time doing like segment practice and making sort of agreements about certain strats and rooms in advance, then like I'm sure that we can get this to sub-hour like 50% of the time, right? Like that should be fine.
The main problem that we're going to have is a few specific spots in the run, mainly the bosses. QGA isn't actually that much worse than single player.
No, not really.
So that's just going to be our crappy rate that we carry over from single player, but slightly crappier. It's mainly the bosses that are going to kill us, if at all. So if we can practice those,
mostly
then
Hornet
we should be
Watchers.
fine.
Mostly Hornet and Watchers. Those are the bad ones. Especially if we do get this into BSG, or any other marathon for that matter.
We don't want to die to Hornet.
We don't want to die to Hornet because that loses like 4 minutes. And like that's just really, really awful in a marathon. So we should grind Hornet out a bit more.
It also looks awful to die to Hornet.
It really does.
Because then you'd have to go through the
You
slow
just
green
go
path
through
movement again.
the exact same thing again, and so it's just, yeah, it's really boring. So we really don't want to do that. So we're going to practice that a bit more if this does get into anything. But either way, right, we need to practice all of it because we want to get this down a bit further if we can, but mostly we want to get it more consistent. Because this run was just crazy compared to everything else we've ever done. So this is where I tabbed out the recording, by the way, so there's a little hiccup, but don't worry about that.
The run itself was properly recorded,
yeah.
Except for the
there
small
was that one hiccup
part
in the dream sequence,
yeah.
because for some reason, right, like you reload that room to get the cutscene to start quicker. My computer can handle that, but once the platforms have actually spawned in, then reloading that room makes my computer shit the bed, and then reloading it again after that fixes it. And it's really weird. I don't know why it's like that, but it's just extra incentive not to fall down there. So, you know.
I am sorry. I will keep practicing.
Yeah, I also do it in solos.
I mean,
sometimes.
I will start practicing, I guess.
Well, anyway, that's about all we have to say, I think. I really hope that this will get into one marathon or another, because it's a really fun run to do, and it's obviously really unique. It's just, it's interesting, and it's great, and I love it.
Yeah, 19 seconds.
19 seconds. Not by Hollow Knight timing anyway. Like there's 3 different kinds of timing. There's the game timing itself. This 1 hour 19 seconds. There's the in-game time in live split, which is 56:11, and then there's RTA, which was 103:40 something.
I have no clue.
I checked when we got there. It was like a 103:40 something. That's my YouTube recommended. You can tell all the sort of thing that I like to watch. But anyway, I love how it's just like it's a bunch of like Let's Play stuff and like card game stuff and Smash stuff. And then there's also just a Tchaikovsky compilation because I fucking love Tchaikovsky.
You do you.
But in any case,
You do you.
I think that'll be us. Yeah. This was a really fun run to do. Commentary was a bit of a mess. The run was a bit of a mess. But I'm
What
quite
do you
happy with
expect? You have 2 people.
yeah, pretty much that. Yeah. That'll be that. Cheers.